what is your most standing out question right now or concern right now?
The concern is about the kids. Because he's telling me not to move out with the kids.
What is the tone that he uses?
He says, abana bange bo baleke. Njja kubeerawo twetetenkanye. Twetetenkanye, but you wake up in the morning, or you're going out and you tell me, oyina mu ssente awo zibalekere.
That's what he tells you?
Yeah.
Right now, while he says agenda kwetetenkanya, he cannot even step up to prove a point, but he's saying, oyina mu ssente zibalekere.
You get. Rent, nagambye omwezi guweddeko, but you've not paid it. How are you going to tell me that you're going to take care of them?
So what is he going to tell you about rent? Nti oyina ssente awo twetetenkanye ku rent?
No, like he has been keeping quiet for rent issues.
Did you make an agreement with the landlord? Is the landlord in touch with you, or he knows that the husband is supposed to take care of this?
When he was connected to him, because I used to give him money to pay to him.
To give to your husband?
I give my husband to give the landlord. Yes. But it reached a certain time when I used not to give him, and I thought that he's going to give because by then he was working, but he didn't. So it
piled up.
Yeah, it piled up to like 3 months. And I told him to talk to the landlord, but maybe the pitch or the way he talked to him wasn't good, and it was going to bring distraction, like chasing us out of the house, and I'm not ready. So
you went and pleaded?
I had
so
to plead.
So he goes spoils and then you come and...
I had to plead to the landlord, and I was like, let us collaborate, 2 people. So I had to pay everything.
So you've been paying?
Yeah, I've been paying.
When did you announce to him? When did you announce to him that I'm tired of this and I want to go?
It's 8th Feb when we were celebrating our anniversary.
When you were celebrating your anniversary. So did he pay the rent for Feb?
No.
No
I've
much?
been paying. I just told no.
Okay.
And I've been paying. So it's only this that he's telling me that...
Why have you been paying?
Because he couldn't pay.
And that is where, because if you make certain decisions have to be followed up by actions. Okay? How will he know that he can't take care of the children if you're still pampering and paying? Because the decision is, and I will spoil you for a moment like people usually tell me, I hate this approach of people taking others for granted. I hate it, especially when it comes to a narcissistic, antagonistic, and high conflict kind of relationship, because that is purely disrespecting you as a person, and that is stripping you of your value, of your potential, of your dreams, because he lives in your mind every time you think about everything that has gone wrong. I know that I'm going to offer you a session, a couple session, even when you decide and say, I'm sticking to my decision, I'm exiting this relationship. Still, I usually like to call it polite kind of exit. Whether you stick to your decision or change otherwise, whatever it is, I'm giving you that so that we can be able to talk together, because we have to see how you co-parent just in case you get out. Co-parenting with a person that is egocentric is very hard, because they tend to use children as pawns, as baits. As in, you thought you're strong, you can have your money, but I will keep the children. So you'll be worried that the children are not going to eat, they will not go to school, how will they be treated? And so you will end up staying in a marriage because of children, not because you want the marriage. And so many people are trapped. They are in marriages because of children. They hate the husbands, or they resent the husbands. They reside in 2 bedrooms. And the children see the silent treatment and how you bypass each other in the corridors. And what message are you sending to the children? That marriage is bad. So we are bringing up a generation that thinks marriage is bad, that thinks marriage is impossible, that thinks marriage is going to end in premium tears. Why? because of the parents that never looked eye to eye or matured up to know that we can co-parent even when we fail to be together as a couple. We actually have these 4 children between us, and we owe them everything in life, that we can pour into them all the holistic kind of nurturing as parents, and then we can mind our business. Because you matter. Your needs matter as a person. And you know that if you took care of your family without him, you would not resent anyone, because you will have no expectations. But you sleep beside someone who snores every night in a house that he does not pay for.
And when you come in from work, he's just like, over, why? Like,
so and I had the issue of I was still on the rent thing. I don't see the reason as to why you are still paying rent. Be evicted, start another life. I know that it's a harsh statement to make, but again, if he says, leave the children, because those are the things that you're supposed to be talking about in a session, and that is why I'm giving you that session. That you who is saying that don't take the children, from Feb you've not been paying.
And I told him that.
And I want you to be able to get all the receipts of the rent that you've been paying. Because even when you decide to fight for your children in the courts of law for custody, you should be able to prove that, by the way, you've been the father and the mother and you've been paying, and you're not so sure about how he's going to take care of the children. If he wants to be a father in these children's life, let him step up. Because then you'll have the comfort of saying that, you know what, if he really wants the children, I know they will eat, they will clothe, they will have medical attention, and maybe they will have a nanny that is going to take care of them. Let me work hard as I also plan for my children in my own way. And when we can co-parent, let's co-parent and give them the best life. Because when you choose to co-parent, there is no day that he will call you and say, I have failed to pay half of the school fees. You will come running, and you will pay half of the school fees. Or you will say, let me pay this term, you will pay next term. Those are 2 people that respect each other. They are loyal to each other. Maybe the love bit of it and the chemistry flew out of the window, and that is okay, because relationships fall apart. Love goes away. But in this case, it's the resentment that replaced the love that you felt for him.
So that's what I've been talking about and telling him, like, we can parent the kids. But for you, in your case, you want to take them away from me without me seeing them.
The thing is, it's not because he wants to take them away. It's not because he has told his mind he can manage the children. It's because he knows it's the only link and something that you can't stand. So he's using the children as a weapon to break your heart.
What he told me was like, in my life, I'm not going to get any man who is like him. And I was like, who is asking for marriage, for another marriage? All men are the same.
And what did he say? You know, those are tricks.
It was like, they may not be the same. It could be me, but the rest, I think, they may be like having what you want.
And this is what happens if you take longer in that abuse. The next thing is he's going to abuse you. I know of one who told the wife, immediately after giving birth, like not even a month, you have long breasts, so no other man can look at you. So no one should ever lie to you. You are too young, and you are pretty, and you will find a man that, even if you're not looking for it, because there is a way God brings happiness even when we are not looking for it. So one day God is going to answer your prayer, and even if it means remarrying, it's not a crime. You will remarry and you will be happy, and he will look at you and wish that he was with you, but he can't get to you because you've been frustrated for so long. I know that I can go on and on when it comes to this. We are going to have this session, and after some time we will definitely share where you stand and your very final strategy, and because then exit has to have a strategy. That is where we go wrong. We exit without a strategy of how everything is going to be handled. You're not alone. If you were alone, you would carry your 2 dresses and just walk away. But now there are children involved, and we must cover them. We must protect them, and we must be able to care for them. Okay, and that is the strategy we are going to draw together and see exactly what happens. But with his involvement and also hearing him out, I know exactly what to expect, and I know that we can make a better decision out of this. Yeah. Okay? Okay, so I know that so many of us are going through this. I will not go all around, but I hope that you reflect and evaluate. Have the courage to stand still and reflect and evaluate about where you are. Are you happy? Your feelings are indicators. So let them indicate. If you're tired, accept that you're tired. If you're exhausted, accept that you are exhausted. No one is chasing you, and no one is requiring 100% of righteousness from you. All you need to do is acknowledge and make a decision, acknowledge and get help. That's the best thing. Get as much help as you can to be able to make the better decision in your life. From us to you is a good night.